Ladies, gentlemen, everyone in between, welcome to the TP League playoffs. This looks like let me change that real quick. We can't have that. Round of 8. That's better. Round of 8 indeed. After an amazing group stage that had nothing but the game of the year between Lin and Chemico. We are now on the second last day of the last qualifier for TP League. TP League will be a $20,000 tournament, everybody, at the end of the year. And everybody wants to qualify. Our 8 warriors here, we have a little bit of a night elf burger, I want to say. At the very tippity top, we got FoCuS as an orc, as the top part of the bun. Then we got a lot of night elf meat with 6 players representing the sentinel. And the very tippity bottom, bibbity bottom, we got Happy as the undead bottom part of the Brad. So yeah, that's it. That's what we're gonna witness here. We got FoCuS versus ReMinD, we got Foggy versus Lawlight, Moon versus Kaho, and Happy versus Colorful. Who survives into the final 4? Will the Night Elf dominance continue, or will we have 3 races in the top 4? That is definitely possible. We kick things off with the never-ending Zotac Cup final, basically. Here's our bracket as it stands. It is FoCuS versus ReMinD, everybody, and what a surprise to see ReMinD again in the playoff. He did that at AWL. Everybody else is grinding like crazy. ReMinD, you know what? He just signs up, he shows up, and he dominates. He had a pretty tough group, guys. That wasn't too easy for him. He was there with TH and Sock, and he survived that. Crazy lower bracket run from ReMinD. Can he go one step further versus FoCuS here? The matchup should suit him if he's not playing a Beastmaster. Then 2 Night Elf Mirrors in a row. Foggy with an amazing run through the winner bracket, not dropping a single map in a group with Lin, Colorful, and Chemico. That was pretty sick. Can he continue this when he's up against Lawlight, who lost a couple of maps to FQQ and Ted, but, you know, also a Game of the Month candidate with a level 9 Warden on Turtle Rock versus Happy, not to be underestimated. Then Kaho versus Moon is a clash of Night Elf generations. And Colorful, he has defeated Happy before. Is he the chosen one? We have our first game, everybody. It is up. It is FoCuS versus ReMinD. And the tail of the tape is once again wrong. There's some bug there. I have to fix it. But anyway, enough with the talks. This is game time on Turtle Rock. FoCuS, upper left-hand side in the blue with a Blade Master. Nice to see that. And ReMinD at the bottom on Turtle Rock with a Keeper. It's the talent time here on TR. Thank you very much for the subs, by the way. Lord Helmy, 85 month. I had the big pleasure of meeting Lord Helmy at Raraland. Thanks for being with us for such a long time. 85 month. Also, Quick Ben, thank you for the 11-month resub. Love the support, everybody. So, best of 5 territory. After the group stage best of 3, the series now will last a little longer, so you need 3 maps to win and advance into the semi-final. Get the points for the season final of TP League. Once again, $20,000 on the line for that tournament. Solid opening so far for ReMinD. Reliable level 2 FoCuS also with a creep route that I did not expect. It goes from green to green. No damage boosting items. That's a little sad. But I expected him here. How'd this peon die? To the creeps?
A player's forces are under
out of nowhere. He was just struck by faith, I guess. So, yeah, chat. Who are you rooting for? Who are you rooting for here in this match? Are you rooting for the underdog ReMinD? Or do you want to see an orc advance and later on... Who's the fan favorite? Really hard to judge. Is it Moon? Is it Happy? Is it Colorful? Is it Lawlight? Is it Foggy? Thank you, PX Zap, for the 2213 sub. Love to see it. So far, I think being left alone is always quite nice for the keeper. FoCuS keeps his grunts behind Oh, damn. Your support is not stopping here, eh? But let's focus on this creep jack, as this might be a little too easy. And it is well done. Archers hidden and saved for now. But the big item and the experience goes to the blade, and that delays level 3. And that is so important. Thank you, Le Show, for the 14-month resub. If there's no Rara Land 2, I will complain to my grandmother. And I don't think that's an empty threat. Alaska State Walker 3 team, €10 donation. Your Alaskan Patreon, giving some love. Yeah, smoochy here, mate. Thank you. Jebus00 for the 3-month resub. Silent Human Tears, thank you guys for the awesome coverage of my favorite game. We've been blessed with amazing games here in this group stage, and hopefully this day will deliver, as will tomorrow when we go into the final 4 stages. Hook of Shadow still on the ground, finally a claw, also a circlet bot. And that's more experience, and that is super close to 3. 1 treant is missing, thank you Scumbag Josh for the 4-month resub. And level 2 Windwalk here. Is it the option on a big map like this? Or will you still go for mirror image? That's the choice that FoCuS has to make. ReMinD. Not the early game that he wanted. Stopped in his tracks very early on. Yes, he got the ward. That's kind of fine. Oh, okay, red spot. But FoCuS saw this, didn't he? Oh, he's trying to find him. Not the right idea at the moment, so this red spot might just go towards ReMinD, but in its entirety, I'm not too sure. Boots of Kaltalas would have suited the Blade Master really well. All the treants so hurt. Man, this is a feast for the Blade! And you have to abandon this spot. Nicely timed! A reveal would have been cool, of course, but that's about it. Oh... Bye-bye! That's level 3. Rough game for ReMinD. He oftentimes needs a game or two to warm up, but FoCuS seems to be wide awake in the early stages. And on the other side, the TC is leveling, as it should be. We have a Demon Hunter second and a Talon play. That was to be expected, I guess. As expanding is so hard on Turtle Rock, you want to opt for the late game solution of Night Elves. Thank you, Burrow Rush, for the 100 bits. Good morning to you too, sir! And FoCuS. Is he stealing this again? Are you kidding me with that Windwalk too? This time there's a reveal. But does it matter? He could use an Entangle. And now he's revealed thanks to Fairy Fire. Has the staff out. Well done. The TC arrives a little bit too late, and so the big turtle should be going to ReMinD. Finally some levels. Finally some experience. Oh, okay. Ancient of War goes down. That's not perfect. Could have used it for the rest of the back of the turtle or the shop on the left-hand side, but man, FoCuS. Cleaning house, stealing yet another turtle, getting level 2, Shockwave unlocked, and we have a new sub. Thank you, Towley, for the 37-month resub. Much love. Radar Walker is the play alongside Talons, and yeah, this is rough. The Demon Hunter looks pretty good, as Toxie says in chat, true. But only the inventory, not the levels. You want level 2 mana burn, FoCuS complete map control. That TC will be super tanky. Keeps the... I was about to say, keeps the Talisman? That's odd. He shouldn't be in the front row and tanking too many hits, but yeah, exchanges it for heal scrolls and an Invo Potion. That's exactly what you want. Ring of Region also pretty good, but it's all about talent mana, and that's... I guess the best thing that ReMinD has been going for him. Even though Master Training is not unlocked, he didn't lose any talents. So mana is looking good compared to that Archer who's just dead in a second. ReMinD tried to go for some risks. Didn't pay off because FoCuS's map awareness was just too good so far. But you know, with talents, everything can happen. We move into Creepcraft once again. ReMinD doesn't want to fight without Cyclone. FoCuS doesn't want to fight without level 3 TC, but both are really close to the next step in the game. Then they will switch gears. And I guess inventory is looking good for FoCuS. Warsong Battle Drums, in absence of Kodos, pretty good, I'd say. and more consumables on ReMind's side. Big Invo Potion, big heal potion for Demon Hunter. Super important to have, as well as the Tinker. And FoCuS pulling the boys. He has that Warmill up. He could tower this, just like in the legendary game of FoCuS versus Moon. And I am Chengdu 2009, one of my favorite games of all time. And here it is. Blade Master used the Invo Potion already very early on in the fight. Now disabled, but the Raiders, they find the talents. The Pocket Factory, not a blocking element anymore. Taken out in seconds. 100 critical strike once again. Heal Scroll has been used, and it's a lot of units for FoCuS about to die. Look at this damage, man. Another Walker down. Another Walker down, and ReMinD will get 2 more. He can get 2 more grunts. Exactly the Tinker from level 0 to 2 in just the span of 1 fight. And the shockwaves, they didn't really land, did they? So many talents still left. There's also... Oh, okay, that was a kill. But there's also more Cyclone. Radar miss-microed with the rally point. And that's another kill right there. Supply about even rockets! No engineering upgrade. What the heck? Oh, that was a sick shockwave though. Do we have a staff ready? A potion used to keep the Tinker in the fight. A little bit more damage, more control thanks to rockets that can be spammed, of course. And FoCuS, I think he thought that this would be a little easier. 2 more kills going on ReMind's counter. What the hell was that fight? Out in the open with Peon support, and ReMinD pretty much smashed it. He can get back to 50 easy. Talents are cheap, teasy. Talents are easy to rebuild. And yeah, massive lack of shockwaves in that fight. How do you recover FoCuS? Level 4 Blade will be very helpful, of course. Oh, this time it's ReMinD with the creep check, though. There's no TP, only a speed scroll on FoCuS. He wants that item so bad. Claws plus 12 on the Blade. You know what that means. Level 2 critical strike. The big red numbers rising. Shockwave gets another kill out before the next mana burn comes in. So that was good. Can he get that Demon Hunter to 3 finally? That's the biggest downside so far in ReMind's army. He always gets a talent or 2 with these shockwaves, but is it enough? That's level 3. That's so big. And the heal scroll against that TC. This is looking so much better than I thought. FoCuS basically had to train one matchup, and that's the one versus Night Elf. So many Night Elves here are in his way. But ReMinD, this matchup, he's always been stellar in mirror matches and versus Orc. These Tinker rockets, how much impact will they have? Now we're fighting in a different position. Oh, shockwave hitting well again. Another Walker down. 2 Raiders. Super hurt of the Blade. He's just surrounded. He has an Invo Potion for 7 seconds, but okay, getting out now. Heal self is working. Heal scroll was super duper nice. And how do you get the Tinker out now? I don't think you do. Couldn't staff thanks to Ensnare. And that's the lack of damage now. And ReMinD sees it as well. TP's out, takes a Raider with him, and loses 2 talents in the process. FoCuS is back after getting smacked in the face in the first fight. That was a lot better. And for first map of the day, this is pretty promising. Dead even. ReMinD had the upper hand for quite some time. Now that has changed. 30 seconds until the Tinker is back. Another rad spot for FoCuS. These items, man, are getting out of control. What he got? Devotion Aura. Not the greatest. And Blade Master on the way to 5 with plus 21 damage. He sold the Kodo Aura. That's interesting. And an expansion by FoCuS. He feels far ahead. Nice crow form dodge of an end snare, but that's always mana that you can't use onto cyclones. Creeping with Fairy Fire, right? Isn't it a dream? Absolute dream. So Keeper, this is the stage where he heavily falls off! Oh no, the Tinker intercepted! Bad, bad, bad moment for ReMinD, and that's just another Tinker kill. And FoCuS in full control now. 50 pop, Expo coming up. Relatively easy to retreat with the speed scroll, but he wants more. He wants to take out all these Moonwells, which is of course keeping ReMinD supply blocked, and also takes all the regen away. What? How did they not portal? Okay, little bit of an invite. That's 2 more kills and a town portal gone, but I think it was worth it. This of course lasts forever, and time for FoCuS to recover. 400 gold on ReMinD side. 3 Moonwells coming back. Is that a level up? Nope. The Tinker now severely underleveled. Also, I'd love to see more staffs against the heroes, because there is hero focus for the Orc player. And orbs. Demon Hunter orb would be amazing. Oh. Heal potion, not as good as an invo potion, but still. Treant's attack, but it's too late. Whew. Okay, dust settles for now. But yeah. With the cement upgrade, with 2 towers up, that should be safe, even though we have a beeline by ReMinD moving across. Problem is, Tinker is not with this army. There's only one real tank, and that's the Demon Hunter, who's a strong tank. But if you open up your base like this, FoCuS is gladly taking advantage from it. 1 Moonwell down. He just rebuilt them. Dashing out the shockwave once more after 2 kills, and now it's time to hold this Expo while also holding that Watchtower. ReMinD trying to counter expand. Cyclone, 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 Cyclone. Is he not in range? Huh. Okay, that could have been an easy kill if you ask me, but... Tinker is back now. Ah, there we go. A lot of free kills for ReMinD. What's the item situation? Another TP, no scrolls, no invul. Second orb finally for ReMinD. Also big invul, heal potion, first staff, and a TP. This is not over. A level 5 blade. 256! He has max damage of 77. We're getting into 300 damage territory right here.
A town is under siege.
Per hit. Per hit. Army split, and okay, ReMinD sees his Expo is up, doesn't want to fight this, and that is game. A little anticlimactic as we didn't get the fight that we wanted. But hey, it was a fun game, ReMinD with good fights, just losing track of the hero here and there. And then it was over and FoCuS takes the W. We're shaking a little. But in the end, the favorite prevails with just better execution. I want to see that level 5 TC and Blade Master fight. Me too! But you know, it's a long series. And maybe you wanna save that. As we go on to another map, and that will be a very, very different game. Store Ove with the 5 gifties. Thank you. The high 5 is well deserved, everybody. And I guess We're about to jump into that game. As we discuss the servers now. If we move on to the Korean server or not. And I think we don't. So let's get into this. If FoCuS wins this, ReMinD has to reverse sweep him, which is not that easy. It would be... Yeah, he needs to win this, I guess. ReMinD on the bottom left-hand side. Can he cause another miracle as he did in AWL? Speaking of AWL, by the way, starting next week. Gonna be back on the Freaka TV. We were invited once again to bring these games to you. Thank you, Gorthail, for the Prime sub. So good to see that ReMinD is moving away from the neutral heroes that really did him no favor in the matches that we've seen so far, especially versus Human. But yeah, why would you do that versus Orc anyway? FoCuS Northern Isles here, as I said, it's going to be a whole lot different. On game 1, we saw tier 3 talents, no expansion here. It will be mass tier 1 units, archers and hunts, and an expansion, of course, is a win condition for ReMinD, and then FoCuS has to make the decision if he wants to push that or if he wants to counter expand. FoCuS had a marvelous play. Was it versus Kaho? Yeah, it was versus Kaho, right? Where the early game was absolutely horrible, but then he came out swinging with a tower push and turned it around.
A player's forces are under attack.
So far, so normal. With Keeper Archers into Blade Master Grunts. Question is, how aggressive is FoCuS? Is he creeping first? Is he immediately rushing over? Ah, nice save here.
A player's forces are under attack.
Okay. Relatively calm. And that should be a level 2 guaranteed. With that, the grunts are more or less useless in the early. Items, once again, not the greatest. Not on either side. Both have the cloak. And can hide from each other. But yeah, this is where ReMinD looked the strongest. Keeper. Mass tier 1 expansions. I guess we haven't seen a mirror match from him. That's where he probably would look the strongest. Little unfortunate for him, huh? To not get into a mirror match, because ReMinD's mirror match is absolutely legendary. Lightning Shield can be put to good use if wisps are around you. Grunts deep in the base, and ReMinD can't really find an opening. Because FoCuS plays this passive, plays it very careful. It's not giving him anything. Tier 2 on the way, hunts on the way. ReMinD also had some sneaky strats. It's very possible that he's not playing according to meta, but maybe puts in a tower push or something. Ooh, staff time. It's available now. Who's faster? ReMinD is. And that's important. You can staff onto that wisp now. You can always get away from the Blade Master. Blade Master can't staff out of Entangle. And FoCuS is looking for an expansion, but it's not coming. And that's odd. That timing is getting a little late. He could expand on the spot, but it looks more and more like a pressure play on tier 2. Again, very greedy creep. This is where the Shadow Hunter is supposed to go. to get that level 2 and the big consumable. ReMinD takes it away, so he couldn't get any grunts, he couldn't find openings, he couldn't poke into the base. But that's a big win if it goes uncontested, which it does. And FoCuS still a little bit confused. Where's that second base? At the same time, level 3 is, I don't want to say prevented, but not acquired. But don't you need the second base?
A town is under siege.
T2 is done now. ReMinD, what's in store? Tree of Life now in the furthest possible position. Guys, I don't like that. I don't like that too much. Also timing a little off. He doesn't have enough resource for the Alchemist. Only getting it now. Blade Master, no mirror image. But okay. ReMinD wants to play his map control, but FoCuS is right around the corner. It's not revealed, but it's only level 1 Windwalk. Can he get it? Oh man, again. This is getting a little careless. He stopped the Sentinel upgrade. Oh, he wanted a surround, but that doesn't fly. He stopped the Sentinel upgrade and didn't go for Dust. That can't happen. And now the Alchemist, he's not good against physical damage with just 1 armor point. And he's dead. No deny either. Man, FoCuS tearing ReMinD apart on map 2. Without using anything but a blade. Makes it look so easy. Oh, but hold on. There's no mana. He just walks out. ReMinD. That was a guaranteed kill.
A player's forces are under attack.
Big mistake. Big mistake. ReMinD, unfortunately, not on top of his game. He knows. He knows. Oh boy, that was a disaster of a game. A little careless, a little sloppy, and that gets punished. That gets punished on this level. Especially by FoCuS, who is one of the best Orc vs. Night Elf player in the world, and again he shows why. Who nasty? This is a very nasty series now. And FoCuS just exploited. FoCuS just exploits it. How do you bounce back from this? It kind of feels like ReMinD has given up already. And today might be the downfall of the elves. They were so successful in the group stage, but today there's solid chances that 4 elves get eliminated. Three match points for FoCuS. 3 chances to advance into the semi-final right here and now. Concealed Hill. Wouldn't mind to see a base race. What's left in the tank for ReMinD? Can someone tell me the name of a site that has creep cap infos, like interactive maps where you mouse over and see the list of creeps and items? Liquipedia. You can reach that by wiki.backtowarcraft.com, and then you type in the name of the map in the search, and then you find it. That could be one of the fastest best of fives in recent history. We're 30 minutes in. Ooh, sneaky. Look at this. FoCuS. That's not something too many people play. What's the plan? A tower push? To just humiliate him even more? FoCuS has been experimenting with this a lot, especially on maps like Tidehunters. Chain Lightning can be really, really good when it's about building elimination. The Wisp try to repair, they get zapped. Also very good when you want to detonate the Wisps. Chain Lightning just in general very good against Wisps. But no Windwalk, no crit, no mirror image. And ReMinD just goes straight into hunts again. Is that the right play? Thank you, Wickerman, for the 1-year resub. Happy anniversary. Usually you want to see a tier 2 tech. And Dryad's Bears against Farseer. Did ReMinD even scout this? Guys, I wouldn't put my money on the Night Elf here in this series. Solid progress, but still far away from level 3, and that is usually the big strength of a keeper. What the hell now gets the last hit? Archer falls, deny, doesn't work. Man, when it rains it pours, ReMinD, huh? Oh, it's more experience. The creep got it, lol. But yeah, these tiny little moments can decide games. And it's even levels. That's not supposed to work like that. It's no keeper dominance as we're used to seeing. Warm it up. Shop comes now. And ReMinD is so far behind in tag thanks to that Huntress build. Or the Huntress Hall at least. It's not a Huntress build. It's just an early Huntress Hall. I don't really get it.
Forces are under attack.
And that is apparently the problem with the Korean server. Some of the Chinese observers lag there a little bit. But for us, everything is fine. Dot dot dot. And I guess with these spikes here, definitely... Oh, I can't even force him into a TP because he was out of range of Entangle. It's finally level 3 though. Zap zap. Okay, Chain Lightning against Archers, really not that good. Against Wisps it is, but thanks to the Elun's Grace passive. It's not really that effective. Okay. What can this level 3 keeper do? At least ReMinD adjusted the strategy into the correct one, into lores. Panda second. Needs creeping. But so does the Shadow Hunter. Oh, wow. No archer support here. That's a lot of damage. Gets away with it though. Lucky break. So, Creepcraft, that means the series will go on a little longer. Dryad's coming, but no tier 3 yet. That's where your ReMinD is usually the strongest, when he has bears in his hands. Scroll the Beast also. Well, this won't do too much, but... FoCuS is expanding as you want to with the strategy. If you don't tower push, you want to expand. And I don't see ReMinD in a position where he can really threaten this. The Keeper isn't roaming. He was soaking up a lot of experience from that Golem camp as well, and from the Rat camp. So he wants to play this with the Dryads only. Against Raider, maybe even Serpent Wards. Lindfra, thank you for the 28-month resub. Feels a lot longer, mate. Whoopsie, miss rally. Man, this series started so good for ReMinD and then it was all downhill. Maybe he can bring it back. With 3 and 2 heroes now, that Raider is down. The second one is also pretty hurt. No Serpent Wards mean very little piercing damage, and with that, Dryads could dominate, but not if they run into Raider and Snare. Losses for FoCuS, that's for sure. These Shaman also very, very useless. Except against the Keeper. But that's about it. Can't attack the Dryads, that don't do anything against the Panda. But I guess you need the spell. And against bears, then they become really good again. If ReMinD ever goes tier 3. So ReMinD with the supply lead, but FoCuS, that push, that fight, was buying the necessary time for that expansion to be up. Upgrades kicking in. Panda on the way to 3 though. Wow, Dryad Expo. So with that, ReMinD has to play defensively to not allow FoCuS to cancel these trees over and over again. And that means there's no aggression in the north. And if it's two ways, FoCuS has the lead again. I think ReMinD puts himself into a rougher position than absolutely necessary. But okay, he must have a game plan. He's forcing a TP. He's not giving FoCuS a real chance. He's not moving back. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. That would have been possible 20 seconds earlier. And now FoCuS operating on 2 bases. This time he doesn't even have to fortify it in his mind. But the power of mass Dryads. ReMinD needs to fight and ReMinD needs to do so much damage that he can cover the expansion. Drunken Haze, Breath of Fire. Good start for the Korean Night Elf legend. And there's more. There's also a mana potion. It's all about the Panda. But the heal scroll by FoCuS is ready, and heal wave is also ready. Dryads are falling. Panda down to 50%. The keeper has a staff, needs it soon, I guess. So many raiders. Another heal scroll used this time on ReMind's side. And FoCuS is taking losses, but he can trade favorably. No heal scroll available anymore. Has to be heal wave. There's one more, and another heal scroll as well. And ReMind is losing too much. Way too much. Portaling out. Another Dryad down. He can't get the kills. A lot of damage done. But always countered nicely by FoCuS. He had the sustain. He knew it. It's 4 heroes. And 5 gifted subs by Lindfra. Nice. Thank you. FoCuS just playing real good. Nothing extraordinary. Not super flashy moves that end up in the highlight clips. Just good enough. You know, a good horse only jumps as high as it has to. That's exactly what FoCuS is doing here. Rest of the camp goes to the panda. Yeah, it has to be the panda. But you know what? I look at this army. I see 5 raiders. I see Chain Lightning unlocked. I don't see a bright future for that expansion. Is that the final fight already? 2 heal scrolls. How can the panda possibly carry against 2 heal scrolls? Drunken Haze, Breath of Fire, kinda nice. Shadow Hunter, oh, a little far forward, but he fixes that. Speed Scroll committed. Is that an overcommitment? He still has 2 heal scrolls. He's not even in danger. Now the first one, but there's still so much mana. Panda has an Invo Potion, needs it soon. Staff is not ready. Imagine a Chain Lightning now. Can you not reach? Is it not enough? Is the damage threshold too good? With the help of instant reinforcements, ReMind survives for now. But it's a whooping supply lead. And ReMind is running out of steam. Is he? Oh, gets a kill. But only 1. Second heal scroll can be committed soon, and the panda has no mana. Needs a potion. And that's also the last heal scroll. Oh my god. 1, 2. And good save on this side. FoCuS with solid macro. Oh, the keeper is exposed, of course. Almost getting a double kill. He gets the double level up instead. And that is a whitewash. No miracle. Not another top 4 run by ReMind. In the group stage, he played amazing. But against FoCuS, man. He's a whole different beast when it comes to Orc versus Night Elf. Once this panda dies, there's no chance. He sips the last bit of moon juice, and he holds on for a little longer, but it's still 75 seconds on the keeper. Oh, ouch! That hurt. Is the boom? If the Brewmaster gets 5, is that the win? I mean, we also have Heal Wave level 3 now. FoCuS wants to break him in half now. But he can't do it. I feel a little bit of lack of Chain Lightning. Miss Rally, which might lead to another Raider. And ReMind, still alive, still kicking, still fighting. There's a town portal now. I think FoCuS will eject. He doesn't want to lose 2 more Raiders here. But he probably will. Can't reach the second one. He can't. Ah! 2 HP. Okay, FoCuS. Quite an overcommitment into a Night Elf base with Moon Juice, with a shop. And that panda is making dangerous moves towards level 5. And there's no clear answer for FoCuS to a panda. Definitely a mistake to not go for the expo. It was at 50%. Just move to the side. Leave the panda and the dryads alone. Kick that building. Play your echo advantage. But okay, ReMinD, not dead yet. Serpent wards. Okay, that's a good choice, I guess. Relatively cheap. Insane damage. Chain Lightning 3. This is... yeah, FoCuS wants to end it. Pretty clear. So you can lock down dryads when they're in range of the serpent wards. Oh, and that's the beauty of Chain Lightning, but he doesn't get them all. Only 3 out of 5. But where the detonates, he only hit the heroes and only just a little bit. No heal scroll. No level 3 heal wave. I feel like FoCuS, this has to work. But it probably will. ReMinD needs a fight of a lifetime to make sure that his expo stays up. Panda in trouble. But can be staffed if not ensnared. But that's the beauty now. Serpent wards put constant pressure onto ReMinD's expo. He can't turn around. He opened up the snake pit. And there's no antidote to this venom. Too many raiders. Way too many raiders. And that's probably the knockout punch. Level 6 for the FoCuS. FoCuS toying with his prey. And that's all that FoCuS wanted. Can he end him now? Level 6. 2 level 6s and no ultimates. Shame. But makes a lot of sense to go for these spells. Definitely better than the ultimates. And there is now no way out as the panda is dead to level 5. Okay, but not the overwhelming force. Chain Lightning is a shocking end to ReMinD's tournament run. As he gets eliminated, no top 4 run this time. FoCuS, the way better player today. And that wasn't really close. ReMinD, good fights on TR. Complete FoCuS domination on Northern Isles. We don't have to talk about that. And then FoCuS is styling a little bit on his opponent. And goes FoCuS and wins. Overcommitting a little bit, but I think this was all calculated and never really in danger. So that means we have 3 more series, and apparently Happy vs Colorful is next. Happy is in the player spot already. Will the second Night Elf be kicked out? Then it would be 4 Night Elves eliminated here in the bracket of TP League. FoCuS advances, the Orc survives. Will the Undead survive as well? We're gonna show you after a little break when it's time for Big Demi.